Welcome, welcome. Let's subtract mixed fractions with unlike denominators. When we subtract mixed fractions, we can subtract the whole numbers and then the proper fractions. Now, when we have a situation where the first proper fraction has a lesser value than the second proper fraction, we need to borrow from that first whole number by decreasing it by 1. All right? Do not worry if that seems difficult and it's very simple colors and it doesn't seem like much explanation. Let's go through it and we'll understand this one together. So first, let's find our whole numbers. Our first whole number is 6. Our second is 2. So in this problem, we would usually write 6 minus 2. But when we're subtracting mixed fractions, we always want to look at those proper fractions first and look at the value of them. We have 1/5 in comparison to 2/3. 1/5 is a smaller value. We only have 1 out of 5 that are needed, right? The second one, 2/3, means we have 2 out of 3 that are needed. So 1/5 is lesser in value, meaning we are going to need to borrow. Before we subtract our whole numbers, let's borrow from one of them. So let's borrow from this 6, 1 whole. That means that we've borrowed 5 out of the 5 that we needed, okay? That 5 that we borrowed, we're going to add back in. And that's going to give us a new fraction, and I'm going to just write it over here, of 6/5. All right? So let's continue working where we were with the whole numbers just to make sure. 6 minus 1 is 5, and we are subtracting 2, which will give us a value of 3. Now, going back to our fractions, 2/3 now can be subtracted from the 6/5. And 6/5 means I have 6 pieces out of the 5 that I needed. So I have more than enough to subtract 2/3 away. All right. Looking at our denominators now. Are our denominators the same or are they different? And because we are working with unlike denominators, our job is to make them the same. We do that by creating a simple little chart for our multiples so that we can find which one they have in common. So 5 and 3. And then I like to write times 1, times 2, and you can use whatever means you like to represent multiplication. So here I can put times 4. All of those different things mean to multiply. All right. Let's go through this. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 5, 25. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, and that is our first multiple that they have in common. So our least common multiple here is 15, right? What did we need to do to get to that multiple? And that's where we go in and we change these denominators. So here for our 5, we needed to go times 3. So we're going to change this fraction here, and we're going to write it times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 3 is 15. Then we'll do the same for our denominator of 3. What did we need to do to get to our least common multiple? Well, we needed to multiply that one times 5. So here, we're going to take this entire fraction and multiply it times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. And remember, we are still subtracting those. So now that we have these fractions, improper one and proper the other, and we want to subtract them, we're looking at the denominators. Our denominators are now the same, so we just subtract the numerators. 18 minus 10 over that common denominator of 15. 18 minus 10 is 8. So we're moving down over that common denominator of 15. 1 is an even number, 1 is an odd number, so I can't really simplify those based on what I know, based on my multiples. So we're going to take that fraction now, and where do we move it? We move it right back up to where we had our whole numbers. And here, 3 and 8/15 is the answer. All right, that one was a little bit more challenging, but we were able to walk through it. We did that together. I want you to use that as a template for your check for understanding. So go ahead and pause the video now and work that one out to the best of your abilities. All right. Welcome back. Let's work through this check for understanding. Our whole numbers that we have here are 4 and 1. So we would initially subtract those 4 minus 1. But for mixed fractions, when their denominators are not the same, we always have to check the value to make sure that the first proper fraction or the first yes, the first proper fraction that we're going to convert to an improper fraction has a greater value than the second proper fraction. All right. So looking at this, 5/12, we know 6/12 would be half, or like 50%. But on this side, we have 3/4, which out of the 4 we need, we have 3 of those. So that we need to borrow. Here we come to this first 4. We borrow there. That makes this one 3. And the 4 that we borrowed means that we borrowed 12 out of the 12. So we're going to add that back here. Okay. So let's go back to our whole number. Oh, let me write that answer. 5 plus 12, just so that we don't lose our place or get confused. 17 over 12. All right. Let's go back to our whole number. So we have 3 now, minus 1, and that is equal to 2. All right. Now back to our fractions. Now we have 17 parts out of the 12 parts that we need, and we're going to subtract 3/4 from that. Well, our denominators are not the same in this case, so that means we need to make them the same, and the way that we do that is we find the least common multiple. So we say 12 and 4, and I like to make a little chart. Times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4. Let's just go that far. So 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. And we can stop there because those are my least common multiples. So here, LCM is 12. That means we want the denominator to be 12 for both of our numbers. So for this first one, how can we make the denominator 12? Well, it's already 12 times 1, right? So 17 over 12 stays the same. This denominator here, and let me use red instead. How do we make that 4 a 12? Well, in order to do that, we need to multiply it times 3. So here, times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. Now that my denominators are the same, I can subtract the numerators. 17 minus 9 over that common denominator of 12. All right, let's continue here. 17 minus 9 is 8 over 12. They are both even numbers, so I know that they can be divided by 2. I can even go a little bit further and say, okay, well, if I double that, they can both be divided by 4. All right, so let's divide this one by 4 to simplify. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So that simplifies down to 2/3. Now we take that 2/3, please don't forget this part, and we put it back with our whole number. So our answer is 2 and 2/3. All right, there you are. If you feel like you were able to subtract mixed fractions with unlike denominators, go ahead and check the box. Happy learning.